Okay, this is a special moment, I mean, obviously for Ryan and I and our families. And first of all, I'd like to recognize God for his wisdom and discernment, not only in this moment, in the process of this, but really through my entire career. I want to recognize that for sure. Thank you to George. I appreciate you, George. The McCaskey family, Ryan, you're awesome, man. I appreciate you. For being the head football coach and selecting me, to be the head football coach of the Bears. The search team was great. I've been through several interviews, over the last couple years, and this team was top notch in organization, how they did it from A to Z. So I want to recognize, George and Bill, Ted, Tanisha, and Soup. Excellent job with the search team there. Special recognition to my wife, Kelly, 26 years coming up in February, and my two daughters, Grace and Giada, for their love and support. They're awesome. My parents, during my formative years, my father was an electrician, blue-collar guy, and my mother was just a stay-at-home mom that worked with us. And, man, talk about work ethic, the display of that, but doing it with love. So I really carried that on to my coaching career, the work ethic, and then also be able to surround it with love of your fellow man, a love of players, love of fellow staff members, and I think that's an important piece that I learned from them. I, too, want to thank the Indianapolis Colts, Jim Irsay, Chris Ballard, Frank Reich, the players at Indianapolis, the coaches that were there. I do appreciate their support and everything they've done. A special thanks for me for the coaches that were great examples for what makes a master coach. When I was coming up, I was fortunate to get a job at 22 years old at the University of Toledo, for a guy named Gary Pinkel. And he's been special all the way through my career. He's getting into the Hall of Fame, College Football Hall of Fame this year, and what an outstanding example that he had for me at a young age. And I was with him, I think, 17 or 18 years, so unbelievable. And I got a chance to also work with Rod Marinelli. I want to make sure that he honors the relationship between player and coach, and he showed me how to take that to another level. And I'm thankful to him. I got a chance to play for a guy my junior year that showed me how to come into an organization and change the culture and change the mindset of that. And I was living it because I was a player. And I stayed in touch with him, and that's Nick Saban. I really want to appreciate the example that he's given me. And also to my high school football coach, Pat Gacciardo, over in Toledo, Ohio. Unbelievable passion for the game, and I appreciate that. Next, I would like to really have a statement really to the Chicago Bears players and fans. Okay, we will play at a high tempo, a high effort, attacking physical style built upon speed, quickness, and explosive athletic ability. We will carry ourselves with an attitude of energy, passion, and intensity. We will play with maximum effort on every play. And my next piece of advice for the players, for sure, is get your track shoes on because we're running. And then people always ask, say, hey, how do you get a football team to play hard, to play fast, to play physical, to know exactly what they're supposed to do? How do you do that? That's always a question that I get asked, and it's a foundational piece. So what we want to do is build the foundation, okay? In this first year, we want to build this foundation of what we're going to look like, okay, of what Chicago fans, alumni, okay, can be proud of. And the foundational pieces are hustle, effort. We're going to be an effort-based team. Okay, that's the number one piece. And we're going to have measurable ways for standards of performance that are going to be detailed. Every single rep, every single practice, every single game. It's going to be an effort-based team. So that's the H part, okay, to our HITS principle, okay? The next thing is the I. The I is intensity. We will play with maximum intensity. That's focus, okay, mental focus and intensity, but also physical focus and intensity. The toughness we're talking about for the Chicago Bears, it's a hitting physical style. Offense, defense, kicking. So that's going to be the second foundational piece. And we'll measure those. We have ways to measure them and be very detailed with those. The next T is taking care of the ball and taking the ball away. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. That's the most important thing for winning and losing, is taking the ball away and protecting the football. So that's the T. And then the last one is S, okay, is being smart situational players. So smart is really being what? No stupid penalties. Make sure we're squared away with the penalties. Should be in the top 5 every year in penalties. Okay, the next thing is situations. Okay, being great in red zone, third down, 2-minute, okay, backed up, and being smart situational players. So hustle, intensity, taking care of the football, taking it away, and being smart situational players. Those will be the foundational pieces that we can measure, and I'm excited about getting to work with the coaches, okay? Once we get our coaching staff in here and developing that with the coaches, okay, and also developing it with the players.